Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mantalk.ke. We're here on the couch, we're in Camden again. And today you can see we're relaxed. I'm in a hoodie. I've got a hat. Oscar's looking very chilled in some jeans.
Easy.
Because it's a very easy episode. That's the word.
Easy.
An easy episode. We did one last season. You guys really loved it when we reacted to some Reddit scenarios. So today we went to a section on Reddit that says Men of Reddit. Oscar, what does that mean for an episode?
Men of Reddit
When you enter
means-
that pocket of the internet.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm beginning to fall in love with the internet.
Yeah.
I think I'm lost here.
Day by
because
day.
Men of Reddit is a specific subreddit
Mm-hmm.
that speaks directly to men. Now,
Hallelujah.
we happen to be called Mantalk.
Yes, correct.
This is our resume.
Yeah.
This is our MO.
Mhm.
So today we will be going through some of the questions, some of the interesting scenarios that are posed to the men of Reddit, and just finding out what the men around the world thinking.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Well, you know, we want to know, men of Reddit.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
Yeah.
I'm ready to kick off with the first question.
You can crack on. So what sub bit of Reddit? What's it called? The
The subreddit.
subreddit. Yeah.
Yes,
What
yes.
subreddit are we on right now?
Men of Reddit.
Mhm.
Your experiences matter too.
Don't they?
What's your story of a woman being the creep?
Oh, that's the way you want to start with.
That's
You want
what
to go
I
on that
wanna start with,
subreddit? Okay.
Serious
okay.
replies only.
Only. Okay. I think
Mm.
it's important to balance the scales and get things off our chest as men. I think it's important.
You know, yeah. Every time women have ideas,
Yeah,
and
we start in
opinions, yeah,
conversations.
but I feel like today we're listening to the men.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the first reaction, like I'm just like shocked,
Uh-huh.
is when I was in 6th grade,
Mhm.
my sex ed teacher
Mhm.
told us that men could not be raped because an erection was consent. Sex education.
Yeah. And that's somebody in a position of power to tell you what it means in that category of your life.
Now imagine,
Yeah.
imagine growing up your whole life and
Mm.
like there's women who might have been walking around in that class thinking that if a guy gets hard, it just means that
Yeah.
they can have sex.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's a
Wild.
yeah. That's a wider convo though, because I feel like we are kind of at a disadvantage with that. Because with us, it's a physical
a
reaction that people can misconstrue, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever
just
been
suddenly been in a
just
situation
as a
where
guy?
I didn't mean to,
Yeah,
and then suddenly,
because just biologically that happens to us.
yes,
that does
facts.
happen to us.
Sometimes when the clothes drop,
You're just on a bus.
you know,
You're just on the bus. You're just, but it's not because of that. It's just a blood flow situation. It's just
Hey,
blood
you
flow.
know, let me tell you a weird one. You know, when you've had like a workout that was
Ye-
pretty intense,
Blood flow.
then take a shower and your body's on chill mode, and then suddenly
Yeah.
suddenly the gear begins to hit
Uh-huh.
gear 4.
Yeah,
You know, you're
just
like,
off the
hey,
bat,
hey,
yeah.
hey, hey,
Clutches
hey.
is clutches up. But but generally, like it's it is a wider
Or like,
conversation.
Like I
yeah.
don't want to say it, but like
Oh,
I've been in a situation like with a baddie that you don't really want.
Never had one. Never had. Can't relate. No.
Never,
Never.
ever in your life.
Till marriage. I've said this many times and will continue to say this.
A baddie that's not like you're like 50, but then the body is like body.
Can't relate. Nope. Zero.
Move on.
I don't know what side of the bed you woke up this morning, buddy. But listen, like I said in the last episode, save myself to marriage.
Hey, come on. You know, sometimes the body's body. You don't wanna.
Oh my god. Listen, Austin has had quite the week, as you can tell. I can't believe you started with this.
Okay.
subject.
Let's go.
Wow. The thing with Reddit is you don't know what kind of
Yeah.
responses you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Let me go to this section, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna bounce between subsections, right?
You're gonna go to another one.
Yeah, we just bounce between the two. We just
And
bounce
I have
between the two.
another reaction. I have another
You know,
one.
there's four. We have four. It's like a quadrant, and this is bottom right. And Oscar wants to live here.
No.
I was gonna
listen to this one. Listen to this one. My roommate rejected a girl. She went around telling his friends that he was gay and he isn't because she's been rejected. She then stole his dirty sweatshirt and started wearing it without washing it first. And you know when a guy says something is dirty, it's dirty.
Yeah, we
dirty.
don't. Yeah, it's like there's different levels of dirt.
Yeah, and you know, let me tell you, girls take rejection so badly. We never talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you tell a girl like, I'm not feeling you like that. Like, yeah, man, it's calm.
Mm.
You can be friends.
Mm.
But like,
I've seen that reaction of saying that somebody is of a different like sexuality just because of saying no. I've seen that happen live in front of me.
Yeah.
I think it's because typically the chasing thing,
yeah.
as girls, I don't think there's much chasing compared to guys. So we're used to, we can take 100 rejections to get the one yes. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, since you're a young kid.
Yeah.
But I think girls, they've always been approached and been given the situation.
But what's this thing about wearing someone's dirty sweatshirt? What's this thing?
As a man that's been single, no one's gonna steal my clothes.
No,
buddy.
don't lie. Don't lie. Are you going to pretend no one's ever stolen your clothes?
No,
Listen, hey.
I've never been robbed. I live in a safe neighborhood. You know you're not gonna get out of me any scandal.
Let me tell you.
Has it happened to you?
Let me tell you. Yeah, man, I think it's crazy. Because like there's this thing where like girls, like when they come to your house and then they get too comfortable, like she just goes and picks that hoodie. And it's always that hoodie that's like you're attached to. It's never like just a random hoodie. She just puts it on and then suddenly it's gone.
And it's always the nice one.
Yeah, and it's always
the nice
slightly worn.
that you wear religiously.
Yeah, and then it's slightly you don't wash it as often.
Yeah.
So it's like because like you're always
scent.
in it.
That's
it's like that thing.
The man scent.
Yeah, exactly. You have your smell on it, like a little bit. Because even you, when you wear it, you wear it probably when you work, wear it when you're making breakfast, or you know those situations where you're constantly wearing this one hoodie. And somehow girls always know how to.
What is that?
You know,
first of all, people are listening to this.
People are
listening. What's wrong with you today? What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with you?
No, it's the red. It's so correct because
do you know the last time someone stole my hoodie? I think I was in secondary school.
Yeah,
it was my school hoodie because no one comes to my house.
Don't lie, don't lie, guys.
Had the school badge.
Guys, today we are getting the truth out of this man.
I had the school badge, and I was like, you know, when you put it around your waist because she wanted to just use it after PE. And I was like, you know, you can keep it.
After what?
You know, after school, and you wear it over your waist after PE.
Oh, PE.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's something
physical education.
Different.
What are you, Oscar? Comment.
You can go to the next subreddit now, Eli. It's calm. It's calm. We've exploited this one.
I have no idea what's wrong with this man today. There's a nice little subreddit here. It's a lovely little place.
Okay, please,
it's a safe,
a
cushioned area of the internet. You are in the depth.
Me, I am living in this thread. I'm telling you, this is going to be a staple. A staple of this episode. These episodes will continue to be from Men of Reddit.
We're going to have a meeting
after
this.
I'm going to...
Are
you joking?
We're going to have a meeting after this to discuss
joking?
just where the brand's heading.
Are you joking?
Just where the brand's heading. Because
it's insane.
In this this category of Reddit, it says Men of Reddit.
Yes, please.
Yeah, with a smiley face.
Yeah.
Not with the devil sign. My goodness, Oscar. What are some less obvious red flags about men that you would caution women against? So let's think of a scenario. You've got a younger sister.
Yes.
And she's asking you, what are the red flags? So the Men of Reddit have made some very good points. Very good points. They said, don't ever be fooled by how a man treats you. Look at how he treats unattractive women and other men. Is this consistent with your life?
No comment.
How do you do it? Let's start this way maybe.
No, but then guys, like this is actually a fact. Like how always judge a man off of how he treats a woman he's not attracted to.
Exactly.
Because like people tend to put on a persona to attract the baddie, but then they completely disregard maybe their own relationships and they don't understand how to foster healthy relationships with women. So if he doesn't know how to foster a healthy relationship with women
in general,
then then how is he expected to like actually nurture a relationship with you, the baddie that he wants?
Yeah. I feel as well like it's a good indicator because, okay, let's say this is somebody you want to end up getting serious with, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when obviously the entry point is attraction, we can all go around in circles, but entry point is attraction, right? But then if he's treating you nice because at that point you look good, and the virtue he's showing you is because he's trying to attain your beauty to be alongside him. When the beauty fades, he's going to treat you how he was treating the other girl that he wasn't attracted to. In my assumptions.
Will he? Yeah, you're right. Because he doesn't, and like there's an ego or a fake persona that he has to keep projecting towards you, so he can keep you attracted. But once that need to project is gone, it's a wrap.
And behavior's consistent because then after a while he'll treat you like that, and he'll treat somebody else better looking like he was treating you before.
Another like key fact about this, I really like this this Reddit post because it says other men. Because like if this guy is constantly changing his boys, and you're seeing how he's treating his boys, there's not a hint of loyalty. Unless he supports Arsenal Football Club, because that's an abusive relationship. I mean, congratulations. By the time this airs, you might have the Premier League, but it takes a special man to be able to like hold on to like friendships with his friends. And they keep, and you see that like brotherhood around him. But because these guys who are genuinely not good people, and like the homies always know.
On the football thing, I was seeing that on the flip side of a red flag, a green flag is a guy that can support a rubbish football team over a long course of his life, because it speaks to character of like consistency, loyalty because he has affinity to something.
Yeah, but
So
but
it's
like
a green flag if they
but
can
like
support
success,
Arsenal.
please.
No,
Like
listen,
success. We
just
can't
support who you want to support.
Not Ipswich Town.
Shout out to Ipswich Town. This is when in 5 years' time we get one of the players. It's like, I saw that episode. We love all leagues.
Oh my
all teams.
god. Oh my god.
But do you know what? I saw the funniest thing yesterday
Yeah.
to do with the whole how he treats his boys, right?
Yeah.
I was in a shopping mall,
Yeah.
in London, right? And so there was a big commotion going
Yeah.
on near the escalators. So naturally, I said I want to watch what's going to happen because these
Yeah.
were like prepubescent tongue twister
Yeah.
teens,
Yeah.
and they were like just making so much noise. Security started coming.
Yeah.
They were snapping, etc. Right? So when they were dispersed, there was like some guys on one side of the aisle and some guys on the other. And I was standing here outside a store. So these cute little girls, right?
Yeah.
They're like 19 years old, just little girls. They're just here talking, like sipping their Starbucks. Other coffee brands are available. Sipping their Starbucks. And then these two guys come over and they start talking to her. This guy was about like 6'5". These girls are like 5'5", right? So he comes over with his boys. He's about 19 as well. This guy is talking to these girls purely to get justification of his boys around to see that I'm talking to a girl.
Oh.
I knew this because he was not even making eye contact with the girl. He was like, so she's here. He's like, yeah, so what you want? What are you saying? Now looking to see what his boys are doing.
Yeah.
Then his boys reacted to him having to interact. They start shouting, they go, hey, the snaps are being got. The snaps are being got. I loved how it was very fun.
Hey, listen.
So I was thoroughly entertained.
Listen.
So then the guys come round, right? And now there's like 8 of them, right? So now there's 2 little girls. They're little girls, so 19. And now there's this like 8 mandem. So now you could tell the leader of the group is like, no, move aside. Let me talk to the girl. The first thing, again, not making eye contact with the girl, just doing this so his boys can see. And so his boys like egging him on. So he's like, so what are you saying? How old are you? First thing, what's her name? Doesn't want to know her name.
How old are you?
How old are you? Then she's like, 12 as a joke. And he starts going, oh, with the man. Then I was like a cinema. So he's like, oh no, forget that. He goes, no, you're joking. How old are you really? And she's like, yeah, I'm 19, obviously. Like, I'm just here with my friend. And he's like, where you from? No, so he kind of sits there and he's like, okay, cool. Then his other guy, he's like, where did you say you're from again?
Come on,
and then
playmaker.
She's like, I'm from Hertfordshire still.
Through ball. Come on, will the man finish?
And so now all the boys like kind of erupt. It's like, no, bro, that's cunch. For the Kenyan audience, country. Cunch means country, which means you're outside of the city. Quite a journey to get there. And he goes, now bun that. And he goes, do I have beep written on my forehead to the girl? I'm like,
hey,
she's just saying where she's from.
Yeah.
And now I was just seeing everything being said. They didn't ask their name.
Yeah.
I was there like, boys, start with the name, not the age.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, oh, dead that. That means forget it for the Kenyan audience. He's like, yeah, dead that. Then the boy just walked off. And I was like, that whole situation was not based on the game. It was based on how he was reacting to his boys. So it starts when you're 16 with the man.
But I feel like the formation has to be formed. I mean, guys, where's the camera?
There's
I'm gonna give you guys a little coaching. Right?
GAME.
Yeah, 4-3-3 formation. Sometimes you have to have a false 9.
All right. Okay.
This tall guy was a false 9. He came in. What's up? What you saying?
Yeah, lay the
then
ground.
step back for the winger to cut in. You know what I mean?
Quick one.
Yeah, step back for the winger to cut in. The playmaker was the one who asked the name of the town. Ask her where she's from.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? So there you have your Iniesta. Then the ball through. Unfortunately, we found out that she's from the countryside, so she's country as you like to say.
Then you drop back.
Now you drop back. Now you have
forwards.
Kante. Kante has to say, bun that. The CDM keeps the formation flowing. So the football needs to be played. I understand that completely, gentlemen. A 4-3-3 formation works in this instance. The ladies have no idea what I've said, but I know you have.
Basically, the game is the game.
The game is the game. The game is the game. Shout out to Gaffs. He's on TikTok. He gave me this clip for me to run through. Thank you.
Gaffs. This is why we like Reddit.
I'm going to give you another one. I'm going to give you another one. Same subreddit, which is what men, like less obvious red flags. And this one has been like coming up a lot, especially in the more, I'd say, 25 to 35 age bracket, which is many men only know how to relationship flirt. Many men only know how to relationship flirt. They will say things like, I'm looking for something long term. Well, really, they just want to hook up. Tell me.
There's three bits in this question.
Please go.
Let's start with the art of flirting. It's a lost art.
Yeah.
It's like painting. No one's doing it enough. Do you know what I mean? No one's really doing it. the art of sorry, just so George nodding profusely. Please proceed.
Please. The men of the set.
It's a lost art. It's a lost art because
Yeah.
here's my peak of the flirt. Right, was school. Generally school.
Come on.
That like Sony Ericsson era, where you don't really have BBM started messing up, but when you had that. You had MSN, so you had to wait till you got home, but you had to line it up in the real world before you talk to them online. But it's been inverse now, right? So
there's a lot of young people in our audience.
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry. MSN was Microsoft something Messenger, right? Yeah. So basically, you had it on your desktop. So you had to get somebody's MSN, like you get their Instagram handle now. I can't believe I have to explain this.
You do have to explain it.
Yeah. So you had to get their email address at hotmail.co.uk. Then you get home and you wait till they're online to be able to now talk to them. Now, when you enter that stage, you're good, you're talking. And then the next stage is, does she have a webcam? Do you have a webcam? With great power comes great responsibility, right? So once you get that webcam, you can now physically see each other after school and have conversations while you're typing and while you look at each other. Because there was no mics, if I remember. It was just typing and then seeing the reaction, if I remember.
Yeah.
So the art of flirting was first in the real world to get her email address.
Yeah.
And then you talk to them a bit online, then you're like, I have to go now for dinner.
So you'd have to talk to her.
You have to talk to her to be able to get that number. Because I feel like now you can just say, oh, what's your Instagram?
And then
you get lost in a sea of like thousands of people. But there you've got a select few people.
And then you have to fight with the blue tick.
And you have to fight with the blue tick.
You gotta fight with the blue tick.
I feel like there was a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Like these guys were just looking to get a snap that I'm talking about in the mall. But back in school, you had to be able to walk over to her group of friends solo. Like walk over so that can I talk to you for a minute? Yeah. And then chat.
Can I get to know you, baby?
Yeah, come on. Yeah. Is that a Chris Brown song?
Yeah.
I think I say yo.
No, you're
excuse
too
me, miss.
old. You're too
come
old.
on. So my point is, with the art of flirting, is like I think school was where it was the breeding ground for like getting the flirt. And then when you get into the real world, when you start sort of going out, there's a few little plays. My favorite one, I think I've said this a few times on live, was being like, I didn't used to smoke, but when I used to go out, I'd say, do you want to go out for a cigarette? I can't really hear you. Do you want to go out to the cigarette area? So you can now have a physical conversation.
So you are there inhaling, inhaling tobacco.
To the point I used to bring a lighter with me. I didn't even smoke. So when someone asks me for a light, it's like, yeah, sure. Listen, this is the art of the flirt, right?
Hey.
And then you have I'm going to ask you how you came up too. So
I can't, sorry, don't just rush past that. You were there in the smoking area.
Just like, yeah. For the audio listeners, I'm very sorry I had to go through that. You have to.
You're breathing in there, passive smoking. Hey, the things men do for the bunda.
I'm telling you, we really struggle. Hey. So the art of the flirt, we had to have a few lines that would say. Mine used to tell people that my career is I'm a dolphin shaver.
Yeah.
So then they say, I've told you this many times, I've never seen a dolphin with hair. They might say, I'm good at my job. Then you just start riffing off that. So
what if she doesn't laugh? What if she doesn't find it funny?
You talk to a friend. Because if she doesn't laugh, you'll see her friend giggling, like, anyway, we'll be in touch. Dolphins, am I right? Like,
oh my God.
Have you seen Shark Cage? Shark Cage, what's it called? Shark Tale?
Oh, don't kill me.
So like those are the little things when it came to flirting that you had to, go out on a whim. But now you can just slide in the DM, radish mode. The game is not the game.
I thought to use your inhaler because you're asthmatic. This guy might have cancer. I'm dying.
Do you know how I know we're old? Because now people vape. That's how I know we're old.
Hey,
no one's taking the risk.
No one's living life. No one's living dangerously. No, when I was younger. It used to be, because you have a vape now.
No, this was. I said, Dad, how did you meet Mum? Son. Let me tell you.
Pass me my inhaler. Partner. You have me speaking Swahili. Oh my God.
Pass me my inhaler. I'm sweating.
God. Okay. I'm going to focus on...
No, the flirting. Because this is a 3-part question.
Okay.
The flirt.
Oh my God.
The flirt. How was your coming up with the flirt? What was your game?
Listen, man. I used to speak with an accent from Meru.
Amazing.
So I'm going to start that. For our audience, our international audience, I can reenact it, but like it used to be a little bit like this. What's your name? My name is Gorman.
Guy.
I come from Meru. How do you do? That's how it used to be.
How do you do?
So it's like, I was rural because I went to boarding school in primary.
Oh, God.
So when I came back home, to Nairobi, Shout out to Alex. Alex literally
So
used
you
to
know.
he used to tell me, get out of the house, go and talk to that girl, go and talk to that girl.
Come
To
on
the
now.
point that I refined how I speak
Yeah,
English.
It's an art.
Because now it sounds good. And now
Yeah.
here it is on a podcast. So
Come
shout
on.
out to South Sea. Shout out to everyone.
You're
who
from
like,
South Sea?
I'm from South
That's
Sea.
crazy.
That's crazy. It's mad.
Crazy.
But initially, like, I literally went to boarding school in Meru.
Yeah.
Like, so like I spent like 3-4 years there. And my English was like rural. Like here in London, you say country, but like in Nairobi, Kanch. Yeah, but in Nairobi, it's like rural.
Yeah.
So like I used to have a rural accent, and everyone in Nairobi in Kenya understands it. I'm Meru, so it means that my accent is like this, and sometimes I speak like this, and it's very, very difficult for me to speak this language, which is called English.
It's spot on.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's there, but then at the same time, now when I was put in front of these girls time and time again, it's like, you, until to the point where I was like, hey, what's up?
And that's back to the point of like being okay with that rejection.
Yeah,
go,
again,
and then you find thick skin. Yeah,
thick skin, and like suddenly I sounded a little bit
the
too
riz
sweet.
was risen.
Yeah, the riz, as they say. The riz was rising. And suddenly it was like, you're tall, you're cute. Are you smart? I'm a bit smart, baby. Don't ask.
The voice just changed.
Yeah, and then it kind of grew into that. But there's something I wanted to talk about because this question is so tiered, which is the thing that, especially this is that demographic when people start working, like you're now in that workspace and like you're in the career stage.
Work husband, work wife.
Yeah. You're in the career stage, and then you're going out for drinks, and like because you don't have much of a personality, you start pitching, you start throwing a pitch deck. This is a 25-year plan. You know?
Oh God,
you start selling her a pitch deck. This is how we're going to build a house.
Yeah.
We're going to you start selling a dream that's 25 years long. You're throwing an investment pitch, but all you want is 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So like you start throwing a dream, and so many like guys do this, and I find it so true because a lot of and this actually comes from guys who are super stable and guys who are like also coming up who find the need to like sell a dream. And it's true, like you're pitching a dream, but I don't think it's good to be dishonest because sometimes you'll really hurt a genuine person because you'll get that genuine girl.
Yeah.
But then how many, and we were talking about this before, how many women have had that story that I'm going to be something, it's going to be us. And then like the guy just wanted a 14-day, pre-subscribe, trial period before you subscribe to the main thing. That's what. So he sold you a 2-3 year plan, but like
to get access.
To get the bed, and then after that, it's like
So it's differentiating yourself from those guys. I reckon there was really in 50 Cent's book, right?
Yeah.
He talks about the power of like non-verbal communication, and he uses this like in boardrooms. But I think it's the same thing when it comes to talking to girls, because that kind of spiel comes from nervousness. So you just kind of go off on a tangent, but that being able to just be like, you say something, or you just listen and being still and not always reacting. I think that would differentiate you if it's like you interacting with a girl. That you're trying to get that kind of being. You ask a question and then wait for her to respond. No, because I think but then just talking for the sake of talking.
Yeah, it's also a confidence thing, right? Because I feel like
stillness.
You're right, because it's a confidence thing where it's the sense of you think that you're not attractive enough in the short term, so you're trying to pitch a long-term goal. And it's true, like obviously there's some women who want a long-term plan, but I think then if you're looking for something short-term, target your audiences. You know what I mean? Shout out to podcasting, target your audiences. No, like if you're
post.
Yeah, exactly. If you're looking to like get if you're looking to get like a one-night stand, or you're looking to just something casual, communicate that.
Off the bat.
You'll be surprised.
You'll
be shocked.
Be like, same, high fives.
She'll be like, I'm also busy in my life. I'm not looking for anything serious. We can have fun and do that, but that's as far as it goes. And you'll be surprised how much pain you'll save her and yourself. You're trying to be something you're definitely not.
I hear that. I hear that. In terms of because I think the topic of the try and then the fail is really key. I just had a flashback to my first rejection. Like my first rejection where I sort of put myself out there. I had the MSN, etc. So this seems to be consistent in my life. So basically, not the rejection, this kind of story. So I remember we were in school, right? And there was this, now the premium girl, the one that's like, remember her name was Laura. I hope you're doing well. So she was dating one of my friends at the time.
Hey, yo.
No, listen. Let me finish.
Sounds already sounding like an entanglement.
So it was August. So
I love this podcast.
It was
so much.
summertime. It was
It's a
summertime.
very good joke. You gotta pause that.
Thank you very much. It actually was. So we're at a house party, and I remember the word got around that they'd broken up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I had no context as to how this works in life.
Yeah.
I was like, the iron's hot. Let's hit it while bad choice of words. let's go in while the iron's hot.
Another bad
And,
choice of words.
hey, listen, this is what it is. So I was like 17 at this time, right?
Yeah.
So they've broken up. Within half an hour, I go up to her and go, hey, so I know you were dating my friend, but I think, obviously you're going through stuff right now, but I'd like to be here for you. And if you want, we could start going on some dates. I'm a 16, 17-year-old kid. Flat out, no, I need time. For me, crushed. Because imagine I'd been waiting for...
Aye,
they were
but
together
even
for
you-
like... No, I had no context.
Even you,
I had no
you know?
context.
I mean, it's not Control Alt Delete. You
No,
know,
that's what I thought. I thought that was the
you're
game.
playing a bit
I
too much
thought that was the
PlayStation.
game.
You're just
That-
pressing X. Continue, X. Would you like to continue with a different character? Select Eli. X.
Finish him.
Knockout. Would you like to continue this fight with a different character?
Wasted.
Aye.
But I think
Yeah.
the key thing I learned is that the worst part about
Yeah.
the rejection is when you've built up this whole thing of how it's gonna play out,
Yeah, in
and
your
you've built up
mind.
the lines. You've
Yeah.
like got and just the fact you've delivered the lines, you're there like,
Yeah.
I've already won. There's only one outcome
Yeah.
because you hadn't thought that it could be the other. But then after a few rejections, you realize that there's literally a 50-50 chance at this point
Always.
that it goes
Always
each
a
way.
50-50.
So get out there and flirt. Try.
First ever rejection. I don't even think I remember it.
No, because there's never been one. What's up?
No. I've eaten them so much. It's the inverse. I've eaten these things. Even now, I'm still eating them.
There's one in the back of my throat.
I just no.
Nah,
But
never.
Growing up, like, I think if there's one rejection that I remember that like completely like changed my perspective on relationships, it was when I was 16. I really liked this girl.
It's always 16, isn't it?
That's 16. Yeah, 15, 16. I really liked this girl, but she liked me back, and it went really well. Yeah, it went really
Okay,
well.
so-
Hold on.
Yeah.
But then it got to a point where the situations change. Things change. You know that thing where you grow out of each other, and then now you have to deal with, when you're young, you have to deal with the fact that we're different people now.
Yeah.
Now, that's a lot of emotional intelligence when you're 16, where you have to understand that sometimes because you're both in different boarding schools, people's lives are changing. I had to understand that, like, oh no, she was the apple of my eye. But
Aw.
like, yeah, facts, man. She was the apple of my eye at the time I do anything. But then now it's like we're different people. And that problem of not recognizing that went on because it didn't compute. Because so it was something that was kind of, I was holding on to a hope. You hold on to a hope for too long. Like, maybe, that's Disney. The Disney pitch.
When you wish
We were
upon a
meant-
star.
We were meant for each other.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We belong
No, you're not.
Together.
No. But then soon enough you learn.
Yeah.
You know what comes after the one? The next one.
Come on, swish.
So yeah, move on to the next Reddit post. Moving on quickly. I can continue.
That was
Actually, there's a bit.
bromance.
There's a little bit.
But
there's
that question had 3 parts, no? Or did we?
Yeah, I
we
think,
describe it?
yeah,
It
we-
had 3 parts. We had the flirting, the
yeah,
rejection, calm.
the flirting, the rejection. But then also, I think we've also touched on the fact that 25-35 thing, where like there's a bit of that bull going on, where it's
Yeah.
like you're selling an investment pitch deck, and you want only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's another one I want us to, like, another red flag that I wanted us to touch on.
Oh, can I go?
You please.
So this is one that this is one of the things that scares me the most,
Yeah.
right? Because I get nervous that this might be a red flag that I might have based
Yeah.
on what I do. It'll make sense when I explain. If he mentions he's a nice guy every few sentences, stay away from him. Now,
Oof.
my
Mantalk,
pro-
we've been
that's
virtue
the thing.
signaling.
That's the thing.
We've
That's
been
the
virtue
thing.
signaling
We
here.
have, but it's come from a genuine place. So here's the thing.
But
what
I'm not
we've
a nice
cho-
guy.
yeah.
I am not a nice guy. I never lie. You said hate it or love it. I'm not a nice guy.
Underdogs on top. So,
Mm-hmm.
do you know how good I got at podcasting? I've texted someone back. That's how good we got at podcasting. So it was the guest.
Yeah,
One of the scary things is like, because the virtual signaling is a must in the kind of thing we're trying to do. Because in the art of being an example,
yeah,
you have to kind of put things on the line, which now means that a lot of the time, other people say, "Oh, he's a nice guy," every few minutes. Which now you've got this bar
yeah.
to sort of live up to. And then sometimes when you feel like you have those real conversations with yourself, you're like, "Am I actually meeting
The standard.
that bar? Am I
yeah.
like lying to myself about the virtues?" Which is a pressure that
Yeah.
comes with doing things sort of publicly and
Yeah.
talking about issues like from the heart and expressing yourself. So that's something I've generally found that when somebody meets me, and then that awkward thing where I don't know if you've had this in Nairobi, where you're talking to someone, then someone that knows you comes over, and then it's like, "Oh, you don't know him? You don't know? Oh no, he's." Then they start giving your bio
Yeah.
to the person, and you're just there like, "I want to die in a hole. I want to just be
Yeah,
eaten."
you hate that.
And you're just like,
And you get that a
Yeah,
lot.
it's
Yeah.
the worst. So if you ever just for the record, it's the worst thing because then it's like I've not been able to
Explain
communicate
myself.
who I am,
Yeah.
and then you're here already, and then you just literally set up to fail. So
Yeah.
that kind of on the back of virtual signaling, always being told you're a nice guy
Yeah.
is very scary.
Yeah.
Is the scary thing.
Yeah,
How have you found it?
yeah, for me, like, thank God I've never had to be, because you'll find, even we remember the over 25 episode, which like I
yeah.
got like a lot of flack over. I was happy about it.
Yeah.
Guess what? I was pleased.
Yeah.
Because it means
Yeah.
that now I don't have any standards to uphold. I'll be outside partying, enjoying myself, and you will not hold me accountable for anything. Like the facts being put on the table. We're here trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And like we're not going to try and like live this false life. This is not. This is real for us.
Because
like,
they both exist.
yeah,
Light
they
and
both
dark.
exist.
Light and
Yeah,
dark exists.
we try our best to contribute how we can, but we're still young guys who are going to be out there enjoying
I'm
ourselves.
gonna make so many mistakes.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
many,
Like
yeah.
I'm not going me. As someone else maybe.
But
Perhaps
at the
someone
same time,
else.
there is an element of you've become a. You have to. You
Yeah,
didn't ask for
yeah.
it. There's an element of being a role model as well, which is
yeah,
kind
I
of
understand.
yeah.
But we are role models. But Eli, we don't do anything extreme either. But
No, true,
we
we're
don't do
quite
anything
boring,
too.
actually,
Yeah,
when you
we
think
don't do anything too extreme. We go out, we have fun, we party. We go home, we continue working. It's like that. But then there's also the element of don't glorify yourself. That
exactly,
thing of
yeah.
don't overglorify. Don't
Yeah.
don't assume. Mantalk is here. Eli and Oscar are here. We might be synonymous with the brand in some ways, but the truth is we're young adults who are trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
And like I understand that for you especially, people are sending pitch decks. They're saying, this man worked at Google. He worked as a CEO. Like, like say your CV is coming out. Like I understand that that's happening for us, but like and I understand exactly what you're saying in terms of like people having a certain expectation of us. But like also the reality of it is we are mantalk.ke's hosts who are figuring out how to be young men in society today.
Yeah.
We will make mistakes, we will learn from them, we will grow.
Yeah.
But what we will not do is undermine
our realities.
Undermine our realities and start pretending that we are kings of I don't know what caliber. No.
Because I think ultimately we're trying to uphold the ideal that we're trying to grow into at the same time.
Exactly.
Like we're also on the same journey. I remember I got a voice note 3 days ago after we did an Instagram live. Shout out to whoever this person was. And then there was a question about, which we can actually get into, about if you have 1,000 bob, which for anyone in the UK is like £7, and that's all you've got for a date. How do you do it? And what we did is we're having fun with it. We're on live, so we started talking about how you could do it, and then we said ultimately when you're going on a date, there's an eventuality that things might happen afterwards. So we spoke to that, and then I remember I got the voice note, like a long spiel about like, no, I just feel like you should have answered it differently, etc., etc. And I'm like, we were answering it in a real way. Like when guys go on dates or when girls go on dates, there's eventualities. Yeah. And so having that kind of thing where we can't even talk about those issues is
there's no such thing. Yeah, they sent you that voice note.
No, shout out to you. We appreciate you.
We
Feedback's
appreciate
good,
you. But like, for the truth about it is that like me, the voice note I got, which was after that live, was very different, my boy. The voice note I got, god damn, I got a voice note.
When you said to watch a horror film, I was scared of my own feelings.
Guys, there's context.
So much context.
You gotta jump on the Instagram live.
Tune in on Tuesdays, 9 p.m. East African time.
Please, better find out what East African time means.
Come on,
better find out.
We eat.
Anyway, another one that I found to be really. Did you explain the joke when I was looking down at my phone? You absolute joker.
Maybe.
Another one is any aversion to taking responsibility. Like that's a huge, like, let me tell you, I have siblings, sisters, and I always tell them, when you see a guy's afraid of owning up to his mistakes, that tells me 3 things as a fellow man. The first thing it tells me is, I'm not doing business with this guy.
Oh yes, facts.
Yeah, he's not going to own up to his mistakes. That's the first thing. And the other thing I'm also going to note is that probably people don't like working with him. Because like no one, like I said, there's a standard, yes, but perfection is not there. So mistakes will happen, errors will happen. Like for example, today we came late on this set because of a lot of nonsense that happened before.
The last 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of nonsense that's happened before. It's as if like the fate itself is trying to hold us back. But like, lost this, found this, I don't know, this train ticket isn't working. You're like, hey, hell. Like, but it happens, and like we take responsibility for that, and we say as a team, we apologize. Everyone's come on time. We're the ones who are wrong, and you make everyone else understand that this is real life. But like, if someone has an aversion to taking responsibility, do you know what tends to happen? Gaslighting immediately. A gaslighter is coming.
Yeah.
Someone who's like, no, babe, it's not about me. You know, yeah, I admit I said that, but you did.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I did, but you did.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like this. Someone
someone says, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you, but hey, the moment I start hearing stories like that, and then now you find that person is less, the girl gets less confident. She's a bit angry at life. You're like, hey, yo, love's meant to be easy. It's meant to be easy.
Eating with a spoon, as you
Eat
always
it
say.
slowly. Yeah, eat it slowly.
Yeah,
if things get difficult, it's not difficult for one of you. It's difficult for the both of you.
Facts.
That's what it's supposed to be like. It can't be like, yeah, I just feel like as a girl, I feel like I'm not. Do you remember we got another question in our Instagram lives, and it was like linking back to that. It was like, hey boys, I feel like I'm not attentive to my man's love languages. Do you remember that voice note?
Oh, yeah.
And like,
no, she was attentive, but he wasn't responding.
But he wasn't responding.
Yeah.
She was like, I feel like I'm not attentive to my man's love languages, which is physical touch and words of affirmation. I've been using the same ones. And then now, every day, and like, I've been paying attention to him. I've been catering to him. I've been doing everything I can. But like, I just feel like it's not enough, right? And he's not doing the same for me. I was like, hey, was there a conversation? Yes, there was. But then he was like, you know what? It's probably changed. I'm like,
yeah. And then there was another third party involved. Was it the same one?
Yeah. It was a bit messy.
Very messy.
Yeah, like you see, like that already tells me that someone isn't saying, babe, I'm sorry if you're feeling as if I'm not paying attention to you.
Yeah.
I will try my best now to also invest in a relationship in a way that you can recognize. Can't we just Can't we just have that and then the problem is solved instead of all this dilly-dallying, instead of all this gaslighting, instead of all this manipulation? Just that ability to take responsibility for a guy. If you're able to do that, it means you're successful in business, you're successful in relationships, and you're successful at this thing called life because you're also holding yourself accountable. If you're in the gym, and you're doing crunches, and the crunch thing is saying 10 reps, you do 6.
Yeah. You say, no,
because it's because I woke up at 9.
Yeah.
Then now there are no results. There's even me, I had that problem. It's like, no, do what has been prescribed. The results will come. Do what has been prescribed. If you realize that the girl, once, if they realize that the girl, like, you're not meeting up to her standards, say, babes, I'm gonna fix it. Then fix it.
Like, go off, son.
Yeah.
No, facts.
Don't start saying, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes being an African man, these things don't make sense. Like, these. Anyway, let me
that
stop
might have been
there.
your top 5 rants. Top 5
of all time.
Top 5.
Yeah,
top
it's
5.
a ready reaction.
Yeah. No, that's fine. No, everything was fine. So the only thing I'll say is like you said, it's a reflection of his relationship with himself.
Yeah.
He can't take responsibility for himself. He won't take responsibility for actions he does with you.
You have a girl here. You have a girl here DMing her saying she's paying attention to love languages, cooking for you. Us guys, we're single on this set. We're angry. We're mad. Single on this set. When was the last time I had chapo? When was the last time I had chapati? I'm even emotional. Emotional. Let's move on.
Oh dear. That's facts. Actually, I'm not at a party for a while.
Okay, I want to go to the next one.
Oh, there was a whole other step. Yeah, go.
Let's see.
Is it the one that ladies just don't understand?
No. What is the dumbest thing? What is the dumbest thing men associate their masculinity with? In closing,
the dumbest thing men associate.
One is this one, and most men in this place are going to relate. Right? It's this one. Wait, hold on. Let me go down. Not going to a doctor when something is wrong.
Behind the camera,
I've seen some reactions.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing, man.
The emoji, this emoji.
What is? I'm gonna say it again. So it's for the edit, so it's easier. What is the dumbest thing that men associate their masculinity with? Not going to a doctor when something seems wrong.
Yeah.
In the camera at the back, we're seeing reactions. Yeah. You're there suffering.
Do you know the crazy thing is you can have all the knowledge. Like my degree was public health. When it comes to physical health, I'm very on it.
Yeah.
But doctor visits, I seem to avoid until I'm, which is something I'm working on, until I'm prompted by a lady.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
It's the ladies that prompt you.
Yeah, because I think like the relationship with yourself is
not the pain. This man is, you've been breathing a lot of tobacco. As you previously smoking passively.
And still single.
I'd be sick. I would be sick to my stomach.
The thing is,
the funniest thing I ever said on this set.
Okay. the point I'm trying to make
Yeah,
is
yeah.
I think with guys, a lot of it is your relationship with endurance, right?
Yeah.
So it comes from a place where if I'm feeling pain,
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, let's give it one more day. Let's give it one more day. Then we'll go to the doctor. And you get to that bit, you're like, I can go a bit further. It's like, I can handle this a little bit more, a little bit more,
Yeah.
until you're told no. Get in the car and go. I've seen that as a consistent factor in all of the men in my family. I don't know if it's related to ego, because it's not a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, it's
like
not.
we know it's not a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
But the only thing I'm still good at is like going for like a checkup randomly.
Yeah,
Like a
that's
checkup
good.
when I'm good, or like doing therapy when it comes to mental health, or like attending the gym to my health.
Yeah.
But going when something's wrong is a problem.
Yeah.
Going when I'm good, I'm a bit better.
Was
at.
that something you learned from a father figure in your life, or is that something you had to teach yourself?
Which one?
Everything there, the self-care part.
No, self-care is I really love myself.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
I think
it just came from since I was like the whole, we've said this before,
Yeah.
looking after the vehicle that's taking you on the journey, right?
Yeah.
And I think I realized that very early on, even in like school.
Yeah.
To the point that if I'm starting to feel I'm getting weight, I'm 15, 16 years old, I'm already sorting that out. I just knew that the body was it's literally the one thing that you're responsible for. So it was just something that happened very early. Then obviously my degree with public health helped, now knowing the knowledge of like life years, etc., social determinants, all that stuff. I was like, okay, let me align myself with the optimal version of health as a human. So that just started through information, education, and then just a general trait.
I learned that really late in my life, slightly later than most. That whole self-care journey where it's like being more attentive to your physical needs, what your mental needs, and who you are as a person in terms of self-care. Going to hospital, getting checked, and all that. That has come much later in life. And in fact, I suffer from this because ever since I've come to London, I haven't gone to hospital. Yeah, because like you're busy working, knocking things out, meditating, just making sure your diet is okay is what you watch. And then when you realize you've great into it, okay, enroll for gym. But that whole physical checkup, I was like, let me finish the masters and now.
Yeah, it's always let me do this. Let me take care of business and then jump into.
Yeah, but then you see that's now that I'm actually, it's really important that I do this now because it's really something you have to work on as a guy. The self-care aspect, I feel like we're taught, but it doesn't. You're taught to clean your room, make your bed, but you're not really taught. These are some of the practices that you should have. To take care of your mental health. These are the practices that you should have to take care of your physical health. Like this is what your diet should look like. There's a lot of wellness, health, and there's a gap in health and wellness in men. Yeah, it's there for fitness, but it's not there when it comes to health and wellness. Yeah, if you get what I mean. Yeah. So I feel like,
which is the whole premise of this platform.
Exactly.
Like,
we might do a spin-off. Don't piss us off.
Yeah.
Another one that I found really funny. I recall a tourist local once fighting a crocodile for a girl's number. He lost, but the girl still agreed to a date.
Oh, that is the epitome.
So guys, have you ever done something to impress a girl? What's the like? Because I'm sure you did this. Because other than smoking passively, for your
you've read my mind. I just glazed because I was like, firstly, would I do that? I just said it depends on the girl. Then secondly, I was like, what's the closest thing I've done to fighting an alligator?
Jesus. Me, I might fight an alligator for Stefflon. Might just jump in there.
I remember. So I'm gonna have to give context for the Kenyan audience. So I don't know if there's a game like this back home. It's called British Bulldog, right?
Yeah.
So here we have British Bulldog, where basically somebody starts in the middle. There's a big field. Someone starts in the middle. Everyone has to run. And you have to get tackled by one person, and then you go, and then they carry on. And that person goes in the middle. The next person dooms. So obviously, by nature of the game, it ends up being more people in the thing. So there was the girls used to watch as we played British Bulldog, right?
Yeah.
And there was this,
my God.
Yeah. So it was the epitome of Hogwarts. So so basically, yes, we had to keep doing that. And then I remember, I think I was like third from the last. I broke my collarbone, right? I broke my collarbone because when I got to the end, I tripped and I fell on my collarbone. I was in excruciating pain, but being the competitive man, that I am, I was like, okay, now it's just two. Now it's just me and this other guy. Yeah. Can you imagine? I was just like, it's fine. Went back again. I never freeze. So I was just like, I'm in a lot of pain. Yeah. But I remember doing Shorty's over there, and she's like, oh my God, like the last two. That's exactly how she sounded. Oh, she was sweet.
I know.
Olive skinned, highlights brown in the hair. When you're 15 years old,
hey, it's hell.
Looking like Angelina Jolie in her prime. Too nice. So I remember I was like, I'm in so much pain. I look at my friend. It was my friend, the last two. I'm like, okay. Now imagine there's about 20 guys. I've got a broken collarbone. My decision is to still try and get through. Obviously, we know I did not. And I was just tackled again, which further damaged my collarbone. And I was in a sling for a good few weeks afterwards. But it was all because I didn't want to stop because the girl was watching.
What have I done?
Yeah.
I was a bit insane to impress a girl.
It still clicks every now and then. Shout out to Rebecca. That was her name.
Oh, that's insane. I've done a lot of crazy things to impress a girl. I wouldn't lie.
She turned into a punk in the end.
Hmm?
She turned into a punk. You know the punk guys.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Is she playing in some rock band now?
No, it didn't play an instrument.
Is the name of the band British Bulldog? Hey, you've had a lot.
There he was.
Or is it passive smoking? All right. Shattered collarbone. Hey, that's a good one.
Hey, yeah. Take off your shirt. That's a collarbone.
Hey. Okay. I think when I was that young, that was a really good
Thank you. Thank you.
When I was younger, a story that I find really insane, right, is oh my god, yeah, it's coming.
There was 3, and you just decided which one fits on camera. Yeah, I know you very well.
Yeah. There's this. Oh yeah, it's actually the same girl because like.
Oh no.
Yeah, all 3 actually the same person, which is hilarious.
It's an
So
abusive
the
relationship.
high school girl.
Yeah.
High school team.
Yeah.
Loved her to death, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in Nairobi, you have this thing called success cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Talk to me.
And I am admitting to Trancy on live television.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I was in high school, we used to have this thing called midterms. But then midterms came and passed, and I'm trying to get a success card because it was like a success card is what we have national examinations. So one of the most important things you can get a girl at that time was you look for a success card so that you can write a letter. Then it'll land in her school. Then she'll open it, and then she's like, "Oh my God, Oscar, send me a success card."
Literally hunter-gatherer at this point.
Oh my
Crazy.
goodness, yeah, like you know what I mean, like because you'll meet on holiday.
Yeah.
But then at that time there was you're preparing for your national exams, and I remember one of the things I did to impress a chick, which was completely out of character, was I saved up money because success cards at that time was slightly off budget. It was nothing. It was like £4, £5. But then at that time, slightly off budget.
Big money.
Big money.
We're going to
what are you talking about?
Yeah, we're going to the poker
winning
table.
Yeah, I have to turn into a financial engineer. Balance sheets. Anyway, so like.
There's a joke there.
But yeah, there's.
Sheets.
So yeah. So I missed the window to go and buy a success card because I didn't have enough money. Then when I was in the middle of school, I finally had enough cash. But the mall was outside of the school zone.
It always is.
It always is. So now I had to draw up a mission to go and buy a success card, come back to school in time so that no one ever knows. And it's a boarding school. So I have to get out of school, go buy a success card in Westlands, come back. That time it was Westgate, which is and it's Kikuyu. I went to land, so it's in Kikuyu. From Kikuyu to Westgate, I have to pay for the fare. Then I have to do
that's
it
not a short journey.
Yeah, then I have to do it in a way, and then you're paranoid because you're young, because you know someone might recognize your uniform.
Yeah,
and like you kids are not supposed to leave this township until this is a weird day. So I had to come up with a plan to do it. Yeah. In the end, mission was successful. I will spare you the details. I got the success card, got it back.
Come on.
Sent it to her school. It was a madness. She sent back her success card, which was much easier. It was a madness. Yeah. But the funny thing is, the next time I was seeing her was when that thing where we've outgrown each other has happened.
Tough.
Because now you've done all these things. So you're thinking when you go home for holiday after your exams, you're coming home a hero. She's like, "Hey, I saw your success card. I really liked it. I really was like, I'm so proud of you." But then you've come together, you formed a formation, you've broken out, you've gotten the success card, you've come back, you've sent it, you've put postage, you even had to pay for postal stamps. You put postal stamps, it's landed on time. So it's a whole operation. Yeah. But then at the end, it was a whole operation because I didn't want to buy these generic success cards from the shop.
Yeah, she's a special girl.
Yeah, she's a special girl. So the formation had to be different. And then I went and did that. But then at the end, after you form 4, she doesn't care.
As Lincoln Park said, I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end,
it didn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
Another feat. Yeah. I'll even share. Same time.
Same girl.
High school, no different.
Okay.
Yeah, so listen. So the whole semester you're given pocket money again. So I'm saving financial engineering.
Yeah, there's a trait here.
So there was a baddie, a complete monster.
How old are you this time?
I'm like 15. Yeah. Complete. I mean, I know her now.
The funny thing is, if you look at the picture of what was a baddie.
Hey, don't make me. She's still a friend. Yeah. But bad at those days. Like I was like, Jesus. So like, sent letters back and forth. Then she agreed to a date, and like it was our midterms were coinciding. So now I've saved. So now for the whole term, I have not eaten snacks saving money.
This is what we go through, guys.
Yeah,
This is
I've
what we
not
go through.
eaten
Yeah.
snacks the whole time, but this is going to be hilarious.
Oh God.
Midterm comes. I have the drip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dripped out hoodie. I used to wear a white hoodie and a long tee, jeans.
Yeah.
So we go to this pizza place. The pizza at that time was around £11. I chuck my £11. I make sure it's 2 for 1.
Come on, Tuesday.
Yeah, and me, I'm thinking that she's coming alone because I'm like pizza in a movie. It's gonna cost me like £20-25. Tell me why Shorty's pulling up with 3 other shorties. Tell me why Shorty's pulling up with 3 other chicks.
No.
She pulls up with 3 other chicks, and these chicks are like, yeah. Then they come with this guy. Now, I grew up in South Sea.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So I grew up in South Sea. South Sea is not. It's not super wealthy. I'd say it's like East London. If you, for context, if you're from the UK, it's like East London. And this guy's like West London. So he's like my age, but he's driving his dad's Beamer. I came through public transport. And in Kenya, public transport is public transport. It's not a cozy train you sit down. It's like, and even to use that public transport to save, I used the van, so it's called Matatu. I used the Matatu where they know me so that I could save. So I'm holding that thing. Because I'm from South Sea, I'm holding that thing so that I can get there in time. I've saved on fare, so I'm like, let's get it.
I'm there in the Matatu with you.
Yeah.
I'm there with you.
There's no Uber. Tell me
Or
why.
Bolt.
Yeah,
Or
tell
Bolt.
me why this
Or
guy
Bolt.
comes with the galleys. I buy the pizza. He's like, oh yeah, you bought the pizza. Are you going to watch a movie? Well, the girl's like, nah, we're not going to watch a movie. We're going to this place called Luna Park. Luna Park is now the place where I did not budget. I didn't even know it existed because it was like the West London kids or the rich kids, Kileleshwa kids used to go and hang out. And I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Then suddenly I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm coming. Then I have to act cool. I have to act like it's aight.
Yeah.
It's calm. I get to, so they go by car because I'm not driving, and the car, like this guy has a car full of girls. Like, yeah, you'll find me there, yeah?
Yeah.
You'll find me there.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah, he's like, you'll find me there. He goes with the girls.
Yeah.
So here I am.
Takes your girl as well.
Takes the galley. I've bought the pizza. I've eaten like just 2 or 3 slices. So I've just burnt what I saved probably 3-4 weeks. Then now I have to take public transport.
Oh, buddy. Yeah.
Like walk, then take it till that point, then walk till where they are. By the time I'm walking in, I'm finding this girl is distracted. She's already like on another ride. Each ride is costing like, at that time it was like £1, £2. Like she's like already on those rides. And then you're there, you're like, shit, I don't know anyone here.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone here. So it was like, that whole investment.
Down the drain. Money, like get rich.
Yeah, and let me tell you,
lesson,
and what's funny is that even at this stage in life, men are still buying bottles in clubs on a loan.
Oh, talk about it.
On a
Talk
loan
about it.
instead of actually building your financial wealth. And guess what? She doesn't care. She still doesn't care. Y'all are still doing that park thing. You're still doing that same song and dance we've been doing since we were 16, 17, 18.
Because there's a category of people that will be attracted to just that.
Yeah.
There's a category.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not that she's a bad person for doing it. She probably didn't even realize it. It's just she's living her life. She's bad. She gets free rides in BMWs.
Yeah, come on. Jeez. Damn, has that impacted you now?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if that happened to me, like weeks of saving and then just
of course, it
Did
has.
they finish the pizza?
No.
So the pizza was just left there.
Exactly.
As if that's the
That's
worst
the thing.
thing.
Yeah.
The pizza is just there.
Yeah, but you see, for
and
you
can't carry it.
You can't carry it. You can't carry it. So like for you, it's like, and you see, it's the story I've never, like, my boys know the story because we laugh at it.
Yeah.
But like, there's a story there as well in terms of the male experience. No?
Yeah.
There's a story there in terms of the male experience.
Pizza's never finished.
Because listen, you'll go and buy the bottles at the expense of paying rent in your own house, but you won't even finish the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a few sips and
you only have a few.
Or the guys that you see where they just start pouring.
Yeah, they start pouring. Yeah,
or the worst ones where they start pouring on their worst. They put it upside down.
Yeah, they're trying to show that they can waste it. Yeah. But then the reality is, my boy, you haven't made rent.
Yeah.
You haven't made rent. You're living life off of a loan. Yeah. You're trying to impress shorty.
Because you're in between. Because number one, you're trying to impress your boys. Like the first story about Westfield. You're trying to impress your boys. You're trying to impress the girls in the club.
There's no space for you. Where's the space for you as a guy? And like that, I feel like I have to till today, you have to consciously be aware of that. Like you have to pour in your own cup because like imagine with that what I was saving if I decided, and even here's another strange one. What if I decide to take that money and buy my mom the gift?
Exactly.
Yeah. What if or like take my mom out, like or a sister out or a sibling out, instead of investing in those things I keep telling you, temporary relationships. You're investing in something that's so temporary and the permanent ones are left to die.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
I'd say if there was like a 15-year-old guy, when it comes to the whole dating game, when you've not got much money, I'd say go meaningful but not expensive.
Be
I'd
smart.
say be smart, be
Smart,
innovative,
yeah.
and like I always say picnics.
Live to that.
Picnics,
Yeah.
cheap food, good conversation. Like I feel like when you enter at that point, you bond more rather than too much noise
Yeah.
around. And one of my worst types of dates is just sitting across the dinner table from someone.
And
Not a fan. Like outdoors, there's activities you can do.
I like dinner. Hey.
Nah, listen, nah.
Me, I'm a dinner. Me, I am a.
It depends what I want. There's a time for dinner.
Joking.
There's a time for dinner.
The Isabel. Don't make me. Don't make me. Anyway, but like you're right in the sense that make it meaningful, but don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Don't burn yourself trying to warm someone else. Don't self-immolate. Don't set yourself on fire trying to warm someone else. And because what tends to happen is that person doesn't see the sacrifice you're making.
They see the noise.
And then they'll tell you, I didn't ask you to do that.
Yeah, and they didn't.
They genuinely didn't. She didn't ask you to do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she might not even know what really happened. They didn't ask you.
It's tough out here, man.
It is.
It's tough out here. It's tough out
here.
It is. I've just seen in the interest of time, I think that would have to be our
last question.
Our last one, right? That'd be our last one. But I feel like I'm enjoying these little Reddit.
Yeah, we're sticking to these.
I'm enjoying these little Reddit reviews.
We're sticking to these.
So I feel like if you guys have any subreddits that you'd like us to dive into, probably next season, put the link in the comments. We'll go check it out and we'll do another episode. I like that we went on like tangents.
Yeah.
I like it. I like that. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode.
Half as much as we enjoyed making it.
Because we had a ball.
Nearly forgot, but never.
Come on. See you next week.
Cheers.
Peace.